News while you were sleeping, Spokane police are investigating the death of 2 children this morning.
KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez is joining us live from North Spokane this morning with the latest information. Nicole, can you tell us what happened?
So Channing, Tim, I was able to speak with Spokane Police Department earlier this morning. You can see behind me, obviously still investigating here up in North Spokane, but they say it was just before midnight last night when a man called 911 saying that he had gotten home and found his wife and kids dead inside the home. Spokane Police Department, of course, sent officers to this area here. They say when they got here to the house, they did also find 1 adult woman and 2 children under 12 years old dead in the home. They also say they found pets dead as well here in the house. So as of right now, Corporal Nick Briggs is who is speaking to me. He stressed with me several times that this is, of course, still in the early stages of this investigation. We're still in the preliminary parts of this investigation for Spokane Police Department, but that at this point they are not looking for any other suspects in this case, and that they think this is likely an isolated domestic incident here. Spokane police are going to continue investigating. About 4:45 this morning is when forensics unit showed up here to the scene. They are still here behind me working this investigation. Right now, this is Woodside here. This is closed. It's this block here between Lindegee and Alberta that is closed off while police continue this investigation. Corporal Briggs says they will be here for the next few hours working the scene, but this is a kind of a smaller neighborhood area just west of the 5-mile shopping center area, so it won't be affecting any traffic this morning. We'll of course make sure to bring you updates as we get any from police. In North Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
The time now is 6:03. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. New in the last 24 hours, a car crashed into a house in the Hilliard neighborhood in Spokane. Take a look. It happened at Wellesley and Regal yesterday morning. The car plowed through the homeowner's front yard before crashing into another house next door. Spokane police say it appears the driver suffered a medical emergency and is cooperating in their investigation. The Red Cross now helping the residents of the home that was hit. Covering North Idaho, the University of Idaho's acquisition of the University of Phoenix is one step closer to completion. University President Scott Green announced the Higher Learning Commission has approved the University of Phoenix's accreditation under the nonprofit that is affiliated with the U of I. Green says U of I is still working with the Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities to make sure it supports the affiliation. Gonzaga forward Ben Gregg was at the Fred Meyer in Spokane Valley ringing in the holidays. Gregg rang the bell for the Salvation Army yesterday for its iconic red kettle. And he's not done. Today, he'll be a special guest for the Salvation Army Celebrate the Season Bash at the Spokane Convention Center tonight at 5:30. He's a really tall elf. Just saying, like, he's a really tall elf. But regular size elves were also there yesterday. Me, Channing, and Thomas were bringing bells. And we thanks to everyone who donated. And don't forget, the Red Kettle campaign goes through Christmas. That's a look at your morning rush.
Listen, compared to elves, we are all tall elves, but we're more like Will Ferrell-sized elves. Ben Gregg is on another level of tall there. There's your latest look along I-90. It's near the Division Street exit. Looks a little bit foggy, but certainly not terrible through the downtown core of Spokane. But we are under dense fog advisories until noon today. Just like yesterday, some areas certainly faring a lot worse. And in this case, it is some of the higher elevations, like the West Plains of Spokane County, continue to be some of the trouble spots. I do want to mention, as I pan the map just off to the south here, is we got an addition to the dense fog advisory. So areas along the foothills of the Blue Mountains, so Pomeroy, Dayton, and Lewiston and Asotin, now also under this dense fog advisory. That's why I didn't even have a chance to put the cities on there just yet, because it just popped up from the National Weather Service. You see Lewiston at 1/4 mile visibility, Spokane International Airport 1/2 mile visibility, but a lot of gray contouring between Coeur d'Alene all the way through central Washington. So there's a much wider area of foggy conditions for the inland Northwest, largely hovering that I-90 corridor through this morning. Additionally, temperatures are below the freezing mark from about 25 to 30 degrees. So this is a freezing fog at the moment. So that means if your car is parked outside, you might need just a minute or two just to scrape the frost off the windshield before you get going for today. So the fog could linger until noon at the very latest, but we are optimistic to see at least a little bit of sunshine during the afternoon this Friday.
Well, as we move into the holiday season, the Spokane International Airport is expecting large crowds throughout the remainder of the year.
That's right. And our Brandon T. Jones is now joining us live from the airport right now. So, Brandon, what should travelers expect during this busy holiday season?
Tim Channing, they should expect to have some patience because it's going to be extremely busy, not only here at the Spokane International Airport, but across the country. So whichever airport you're traveling to as well, you can likely expect that there's going to be a lot of people doing the exact same thing as you, trying to go see their family, make plans to spend the holidays with their loved ones. But as for the Spokane International Airport, as soon as I got here this morning on the opposite side of the building, they were extremely busy over here. It's not as hectic and it's kind of calmed down a little bit already. But according to the airport, there's a 7.5% increase in travelers compared to last year. This coming Wednesday, the 22nd, right before Thanksgiving, and Sunday, November 26th, those are going to be the busiest travel days with nearly 130 flights scheduled to arrive and depart from the airport each day. The airport says passenger traffic will likely peak between the hours of 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. leading up and immediately following Thanksgiving. So with that in mind, we've got a few travel tips here for you to help you get through the season. Arrive to the airport 2 hours early. Give yourself enough time to check bags and get through security. And if you're arriving, encourage your friends or your family to wait out there into the cell phone lots, because we know how congested it can get when you're leaving those doors at any type of airport. So if they can, wait in the cell phone lots or use one of those ride-share programs as well. But those are the couple of things that you can expect. We also have more travel tips on our website, and then you also can go to the Spokane International Airport's website as well. They've got a bunch of travel tips for you. But nonetheless, be safe out there, have a great holiday season, and just have fun with all your family, friends, and loved ones. For now, reporting live at the airport, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Today, the Washington State Cougs will face off against the Colorado Buffs for the Cougs' final home game of the season.
Earlier this week, Colorado head coach Deion Sanders spoke about WSU's similarity to CU and quarterback Cam Ward and what he hopes his defense can do to neutralize Ward tonight.
They're so similar to us statistically, physically. They're really similar. They really are when you look at this team and what they're capable of doing. Certainly, he's a phenomenal passer. They have some phenomenal receivers. We got to affect their protection. We got to get the ball out of his hands. We got to make him fumble the ball, strip him. We got to do things to force turnovers as well as score on offense. We did a good job of controlling the clock. I would love to see us do that as well.
I think I need to go to this game tonight. I really do. I think I need to go down to Pullman tonight. The Cougs and the Buffs are set to kick off at 7:30 tonight in Pullman. Of course, we'll have all the highlights from the game on the KREM 2 News at 11.
Right now, KREM Cares Tom's Turkey Drive is underway.
That's right. It's designed to highlight the fight against hunger and feed local families during this holiday season. So to tell us more about the event this morning is the one and only the legendary Tom Sherry himself. Good morning, Tom.
You're looking good, Tom.
There's no legend going on here. You guys are looking good there as well. This is the magic in a bag right here, Drew. Drew from Second Harvest next to me, ladies and gentlemen. One of the hardest working men in the inland Northwest, that's for sure. So this is it. People come in, they pick up this bag. Now, I have to tell you, it's light. And the reason for it, we don't have anything really in here yet.
It's all going to get added at the point of distribution, thanks to your generosity and the work of generous volunteers.
It's not Santa's workshop, but it's pretty darn close.
No, it's not a mystery, but it is mysterious and very generous, and we appreciate it. Yeah.
We do appreciate it. So $25 will buy a family in need a complete Thanksgiving meal. This is new this year. We've been when we first started this 24 years ago, we had $15 meals. And we were able to do that. And then we raised it to $20 because we got to pay for the turkeys. Nobody makes any money on this thing. And then just this year's the first year, it had to go to $25 because of the inflation.
That's right. Food costs have been going up, and food banks have been purchasing more food. And to get the turkeys, when we have to order them in January, we were locked in at that price. And this is the way we could make it sustainable this year and still keep all the wonderful ingredients and the delicious turkey that's going in there.
It's huge. I mean, and the wonderful ingredients is correct. We're going to talk to Franz in just a little bit. What does it feel like to see these companies like Dairy Gold and Franz, who aren't making any money on this, just donate their product? We didn't even ask them. They just came out of the woodwork and said, we can do this, we can help.
It's humbling. It's humbling, and it's inspiring. We're so appreciative of those folks because they give so selflessly to make sure that others have a Thanksgiving meal and can celebrate with their family and their friends. And we're just very appreciative of it.
Drew, we appreciate everything you do. My gosh, here it is, Spokane Second Harvest. We do one meal, you do 365 of them, 365 days a year. It's amazing the amount of work you've done through COVID and post-COVID and the supply shortages and all that. So, I wanted to, before we go, sorry, I was just getting to wrap up, but I wanted to send out love to the volunteers. We can't do this without our volunteers.
Volunteers are the lifeblood of Second Harvest. They're the lifeblood of Tom's Turkey Drive, and we're so appreciative of those folks who give throughout the year, but especially around the holiday season, making sure that others have a wonderful meal to celebrate with their...
And we've been at the food pantries where we're distributing, and those are, small operations. They couldn't do it without the volunteers.
No, they sure couldn't. Most of them are pretty humble circumstances, and the volunteers who show up day in and day out are the real heroes that make this all work.
Okay. And they can, for folks at home that didn't get a chance maybe to volunteer for the turkey drive, you need volunteers year-round.
All year round, yep. You can visit 2-harvest.org/volunteer and find an opportunity.
Okay. I love you. Thank you, Drew.
Tom.
All right, we're going to talk with Franz. Great people. Northwest-owned bakery, family-owned bakery. We'll talk with them in a little bit. Right now, we send it back to you guys.